Welcome to the WEFTEC Focus Friday Webcast Series. These quick sessions are designed to help new and returning WEFTEC attendees better understand what to expect from highlighted technical sessions at WEFTEC 2022. The webcast will consist of WEFTEC speakers providing a high-level overview of their presentation and key takeaways that attendees can look forward to receiving. Have you registered for WEFTEC 2022? Don't miss out. It's easy to do. To get started, visit www.weftec.org/register. Did you know members save more on WEFTEC registration? Not a member of WEF? Visit www.wef.org/join-WEF to get started. Now let's welcome this week's speakers.
Hi, my name is David Jurgens. I'm the Utilities Director for the City of Chesapeake, and before that I spent 22 years working public utilities out in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So I have experience from both in the Midwest and on the coast, and let me tell you, they are different. So I want to talk to you about a WEFTEC session that I'm involved with and one of the presenters for, called the Ultimate Collection Systems Fundamentals Trivia Challenge. Now, this is not your average WEFTEC presentation. This is Trivia Challenge. We're talking manholes, we're talking pipes, we're talking pumps, we're talking maintenance, rehabilitation. We're going to have some talk about new construction and all of that other stuff that makes collection systems work and makes the sewer flow, well, downhill, except in my part, because I'm talking pumps. So I'm talking about what makes that other thing happen where that sewer actually flows uphill. So, do you know the difference between a volute and a motor? Most of us do. Have you ever tried to get a hard hat out of a 6-inch volute? Yeah, what part hurts first? Is it the knuckles? Is it the fingertips? Is it the forearm? Which part gets hurt most when you're trying to pry that sucker out of that volute? Well, if you've been there and done that, come to our trivia challenge. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of, if you're a dumb pipe guy like me, you'll fit in. If you're a smart pipe person like all of the rest of the folks that are presenting, you're going to fit in even better. So think about what you've done. Think about the questions that you would ask if you were trying to win. It's almost going to be like Jeopardy, only different. It is the Ultimate Collection Systems Fundamentals Trivia Challenge. So let's go back to pump stations for just a minute. You ever been in a pump station, pumps are running, go doing their happy pumpy thing, and they turn off, and you hear that trickly sound, that water sound of, I hear water. I hear that trickling sound of water. No, I'm not talking about it making you have to go pee, because that's a bad spot, because there's nowhere to go in the bottom of a pump station. But if you hear that, what does it mean? What is that trickling water sound an indicator of? And is it a good thing or a bad thing? Those are the types of questions that you'll get the answers to, and you'll get the opportunity to provide the answers to and show off your knowledge in the Ultimate Collection Systems Fundamentals Trivia Challenge. It's an interactive technical session. It's on Tuesday from 8:30 to 10 o'clock, and it is going to be a barrel of fun. So come on out, test your knowledge, and have a great time along with the rest of us. See you there.
Thank you. Now let's pass it over to our next speaker.
I'm Katherine Attabury from the Metropolitan North Georgia Water Planning District in Atlanta, Georgia, and I attend WEFTEC to learn about the latest innovations in wastewater and stormwater management and to collaborate nationally on local challenges. I'm thrilled to be presenting one of the district's latest stormwater innovations at the conference with David Bell from Jacobs Engineering. During interactive session 1470, Stormwater Forecasting, a new indicator to manage basin scale urban runoff volume, you will learn about the development and testing of a new water quantity-based metric for stormwater management. Here's a preview. As the district, a water resources planning organization for 15 counties and 95 cities in metropolitan Atlanta, started to update our 2017 Water Resources Management Plan, we identified an opportunity for a new approach to improvement in our watersheds. Water resources in the district are not meeting water quality standards and designated uses, despite efforts of our regulators, planners, and watershed managers to address those issues. So we wanted to identify a metric that facilitates new conversations in stormwater management. Specifically, we wanted a new indicator based on water quantity that complements existing regulatory requirements that may provide a better measurement of performance and progress. And that was the inspiration for developing the stormwater forecast. The forecast is a water quantity-based indicator that represents a full accounting of the runoff volume from developed lands that have the potential to be managed by stormwater control measures if current post-construction stormwater management standards were fully in place. Specifically, it is a planning level estimate of the total potential runoff management volume from development, calculated at the basin scale, using site-scale post-construction stormwater runoff standards, including water quality volume, channel protection volume, and overbank flood protection volume. And the forecast estimates the potential runoff management volume for 4 scenarios, including a pre-development condition, a current condition or 2019 condition, and 2 future conditions, both 2030 and 2040. So how did we do this? Well, you're going to have to attend the presentation to find out. But high-level takeaways you can expect from attending our presentation is, again, to dive back into what is the stormwater forecast. I gave you a preview, but really this is a new concept. We're going to dive a little deeper into that. And then how did we develop it? What information went into developing the stormwater forecast? And then how will the new metric be used by local jurisdictions in the Metropolitan North Georgia Water Planning District? We're going to incorporate that into our 2022 Water Resources Management Plan, but we'll have some more details during the presentation. And then finally, how's it going? Well, we're currently providing some technical assistance to some local jurisdictions to test the forecast, but we should have some preliminary results from our case studies by the time we see you in October. And with that, I hope I've piqued your interest in stormwater forecasting, and I hope I will see you at WEFTEC in New Orleans.
Thank you. Now let's pass it over to our next speaker.
My name is Kelly Lennon, and I am WSP's Mid-Atlantic Water Business Line Leader, and I'm excited to be here today to talk with you about our upcoming WEFTEC presentation this fall. So myself and my co-author Christine Mejia are excited to talk with you about integrated watershed planning, and it's a case study that we're going to do for you this fall. So what is integrated watershed planning and why is it important? So integrated watershed planning is a critical tool for helping municipalities meet their TMDL and MS4 permitting requirements. What we'll be doing is looking at a specific case study that we did, what the project was, what the duration was, giving you all of the details about the project itself. We'll go a little bit more into the goals of the project, how we assess the physical conditions within the watershed, how we combine both the GIS and field assessments to effectively do this, and how we were able to use some of those tools to identify potential restoration projects or pollutant load reductions, as well as MS4 compliance. And then ultimately, how we took all of this information and were able to compile it in ways that we could effectively use for the county's purposes, for reporting to the agencies, as well as disseminating the information to the public, both in kind of the standard report format, as well as some online options as well. So, how will this process and how did this process benefit the county and how could it benefit other municipalities? So basically, we came up with a wealth of information, and it's not enough just to have the information. You have to be able to use that information effectively. And we were able to take a look at it so that we could look at what the requirements were for the, your MS4 reporting process, but also look at what some of the residents need. Where were they having problems? Where were they having some frequent flooding? Where were they having issues with erosion? Where were they seeing, the sediment coming into the stream every time it rained? How can we incorporate both the residents' needs as well as the permitting needs to help make a successful project for the county? And then we came up with a list of potential future designs. And so those are the tools, and ranked those. Those are the tools and items that could be used in that capital planning process. So if you're interested in our project and you'd like to learn a little bit more, please come out this fall to see our presentation. Learn more about water quality impacts, on suburban land uses. Learn, some insights into, protocols for field assessments. What worked well, how were we able to accomplish things in a quick time frame, with limited budgets. How were we able to use those tools to identify potential projects within a watershed, and how were we able to incorporate the public throughout this process. So I hope to see you this fall. Looking forward to sharing, what we've learned and a great project with all of you. Talk to you soon. Thanks.
Thank you. Let's cover a few frequently asked questions. Where can I find the latest info about what's planned for WEFTEC 2022? Always start at weftec.org. From there, you can see the latest news in WEFTEC Now, access the digital conference announcement, or access the online planner, which has the latest info on the technical program and meeting schedules, and the full list of exhibitors and sponsors. On the site, you can also sign up to receive all the WEFTEC updates, so the latest news comes right to your inbox. Are there any important dates coming up? Yes, the Super Saver rate expires on July 29th. Make sure to register by then to get the best conference rate. Thank you to everyone for joining us. Make sure to register for WEFTEC 2022. We look forward to seeing you in New Orleans.